Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. Adam Pearce has been general manager of Monday Night Raw for over 4 years now. He has already established himself as one of the most recognized GMs in the Stamford-based company's history. However, despite his leadership, the Red brand has turned into a war zone, and he has faced some significant challenges in maintaining the brand's peace. For the same reason, he might have to face the wrath of Triple H. The latest episode of SmackDown saw superstars from Monday Night Raw invading the Blue brand. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez launched an attack on women's tag team champions Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. Also, after terrorizing the Red brand with his dominance, Big Bronson Reed launched an attack on Roman Reigns, revealing himself as the 5th member of the Bloodline for the War Games match. Following the major breach, Triple H may punish Adam Pearce for frequently failing to maintain discipline within his roster. As a result, we could see a new general manager for the Red brand. Triple H could bring in a veteran like Kurt Angle or Mick Foley. Fans could even see the return of Stephanie McMahon in the new on-screen role. Since becoming the tribal chief, Roman Reigns has been on the SmackDown brand. However, we might soon see him switch brands and become part of the Adam Pearce-led Red brand. As fans already know, Monday Night Raw is moving to Netflix next year. WWE has been dropping subtle hints about the same for a long time now. The first major hint was Solo Sikoa replacing Roman Reigns on the promotional poster for SmackDown. The Stamford-based company recently announced multiple big superstars for the premiere episode of Raw on Netflix, and Reigns' name was seemingly included on the list. A recent report by 4U Wrestling, FKA Zero News, stated that Roman Reigns and the entire Bloodline will be drafted to Monday Night Raw when it moves to Netflix next year. It will be interesting to see what massive plans the Triple H-led creative team might have for the Red brand amid the massive move to Netflix from next year onwards. Scene: WWE Raw backstage, November 2024. The camera pans to a dimly lit hallway in the backstage area of the arena. Triple H, dressed in a sleek black suit, strides with purpose, his trademark intensity evident in his expression. His arrival backstage is not a rare occurrence, but tonight it carries an air of authority that has everyone on edge. Superstars and crew members exchange nervous glances as whispers circulate. Rumors have been swirling about a significant shakeup in management. Adam Pearce, the current general manager of WWE Raw, stands in his office, unaware of the storm heading his way. He's reviewing the night's match card when a sharp knock on the door interrupts his focus. "Come in," Pearce calls out, his tone steady but curious. The door swings open to reveal Triple H. Pearce straightens immediately, sensing that this isn't a casual visit. "Hunter," Pearce greets, attempting to mask his unease. "What brings you here tonight?" Triple H steps inside, closing the door behind him with deliberate calmness. His piercing eyes lock onto Pearce. "What brings me here?" Triple H repeats, his voice low but commanding. "Let's just say I've got a few things to address. And they're long overdue." Reason 1, mishandling the Bloodline situation. Triple H steps closer, his tone growing colder. "Adam, let's cut to the chase. For months, you've been mishandling one of the most important storylines in WWE, the Bloodline saga. Your inability to control the chaos between Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and Solo Sikoa has not only damaged the integrity of Raw but has left a gaping hole in our storytelling." Pearce tries to defend himself. "With all due respect, Hunter, the Bloodline's issues have been deeply personal. It's not something that can be resolved with a simple ruling from management. I've been trying to give them space to." Triple H cuts him off. "Space? Adam, your hands-off approach has cost us weeks of programming. Fans are tuning in for resolutions, for drama, and for leadership from management. Instead, you've let them run wild. Solo attacked Sami Zayn in the parking lot last week without consequences. Jimmy and Jey have disrupted main events. Roman hasn't even shown up in months, yet you failed to address his absence as the undisputed champion. That's your job, to make decisions, not excuses. Pearce's face flushes, but he remains silent. Reason 2, breach of protocol and draft decisions. Triple H crosses his arms, his voice sharpening further. And then there's the draft controversy. Pearce looks puzzled. The draft? I followed the guidelines we agreed upon. Triple H narrows his eyes. Did you? Because I distinctly remember a protocol stating that no superstar could be drafted without their contract terms being finalized. Yet, you greenlit Cody Rhodes to Raw without confirming his long-term agreement. Now we're stuck renegotiating in the middle of a storyline. Do you know how embarrassing that is for the company? And let's not even start on you allowing Rhea Ripley to manipulate the draft system to keep Judgment Day intact while other factions got split. Favoritism much? Pearce stammers, I was trying to maintain balance on Raw and keep the fans invested. Balance. Triple H snaps. This isn't about balance, Adam. This is about following the rules. If you can't even manage the draft without controversy, how can I trust you to manage the entire Raw roster? The decision. Triple H takes a deep breath, visibly trying to calm himself. He paces the room for a moment before turning back to Pearce. Look, Adam, I respect what you've done for this company. You've stepped up when we needed someone to handle the chaos. But it's become clear that this position has outgrown you. Raw needs someone who can make tough decisions, enforce rules, and ensure the product runs smoothly. As of tonight, your tenure as general manager is over. Pearce's face falls. Hunter, wait, please. I've given everything to this role. I've dealt with egos, injuries, and unpredictable situations. Just give me one more chance. Triple H shakes his head. This isn't personal, Adam. It's business. And right now, the business needs change. The fallout, Pearce's punishment. As Pearce sits down, defeated, Triple H adds, you're not done in WWE, but you're done as GM. Effective immediately, you'll be reassigned as a backstage producer. You'll be working under Shawn Michaels in NXT. Pearce's eyes widen. NXT? You're demoting me? It's not a demotion, Triple H replies, though the edge in his voice suggests otherwise. It's an opportunity for you to regroup and learn from one of the best. Shawn will give you the guidance you need to refocus your skills. Pearce looks away, clearly struggling to process the decision. And who's taking over Raw? Triple H smirks, leaning against the desk. That's for me to announce later tonight. But rest assured, it'll be someone who knows how to handle the pressure. Announcement to the WWE Universe. Later that evening, Triple H walks out to the ring during a live segment. The crowd roars as his music hits, and he takes a moment to soak in the energy before speaking. Ladies and gentlemen, he begins, tonight marks a turning point for Monday Night Raw. As you all know, running a show like this takes a strong hand, a clear vision, and the ability to enforce rules. While I've appreciated Adam Pearce's efforts, it's time for a new chapter. Effective immediately, Adam Pearce is no longer the general manager of Raw. The crowd buzzes with mixed reactions, some cheering, others murmuring in shock. But don't worry, Triple H continues, because starting next week, Raw will be under the leadership of someone who's no stranger to chaos, competition, and controversy. He pauses dramatically. Stay tuned, because the new GM will be revealed very soon. And trust me, it's going to shake things up. Speculation and reactions backstage. Reactions are varied. Superstars like Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch are seen whispering about the announcement, while others, like The Miz, are openly excited about the change. Fans on social media are already speculating about the new GM. Names like William Regal, Paul Heyman, and even Stephanie McMahon trend worldwide. The WWE Universe is abuzz, eagerly awaiting the next chapter in Raw's management saga. Pearce's new role. In the weeks that follow, Pearce transitions to his new role in NXT. Initially, he struggles with the adjustment, feeling the sting of being sidelined. But under Shawn Michaels' mentorship, Pearce begins to rediscover his passion for the business, working closely with up-and-coming talent and finding renewed purpose. Meanwhile, Raw thrives under its new general manager, whose identity is revealed to be none other than Nick Aldis. The former NWA champion brings a fresh perspective, enforcing strict rules while injecting a sense of unpredictability into the show. Conclusion: Triple H's decision to fire Adam Pearce marks a pivotal moment for WWE Raw, setting the stage for new leadership and storylines. While Pearce's punishment may seem harsh, it ultimately serves as a chance for growth, both for him and the brand he once led. And as Raw moves forward, one thing is certain: the game has changed, and the stakes have never been higher. The fallout from Survivor Series was still rippling through WWE, and the wrestling world buzzed with speculation over Roman Reigns' next move. The Tribal Chief had dominated SmackDown for nearly 4 years, redefining the brand and solidifying his place as one of the most influential champions in WWE history. But after his shocking defeat to Cody Rhodes at Crown Jewel and the Bloodline's continued internal strife, Reigns was notably absent from television. Backstage whispers suggested that Roman was ready to shake things up, and not in the way fans expected. The speculation reached a fever pitch when WWE announced an emergency episode of Monday Night Raw, teasing the arrival of a game-changing leadership presence. That cryptic phrase sent fans into a frenzy, with many pointing to Roman Reigns as the surprise name. The opening segment, a shocking partnership Raw, kicked off with Adam Pearce standing in the middle of the ring, the general manager of WWE's flagship show. Pearce had been under immense pressure recently. With Rhea Ripley and the Judgment Day running amok, Raw often felt less like a wrestling program and more like a chaotic battleground. While Pearce had managed to keep some semblance of order, he had openly admitted to needing help. "As much as I pride myself on being the general manager of Raw," Pearce said, "there's no denying that this brand needs a stronger, more authoritative presence. Someone who can take Raw to new heights. That's why, starting tonight, I'm not leading this show alone." Before Pearce could finish, Roman Reigns' iconic theme music blasted through the arena. The crowd erupted in a mix of shock, cheers, and boos as the Tribal Chief made his way to the ring, flanked by Paul Heyman. This was no ordinary appearance. Reigns wasn't dressed for combat, but rather in a sleek black suit, the Universal Championship conspicuously absent. Reigns grabbed a microphone, his presence commanding the ring. "Monday Night Raw has been a mess," he said, his voice steady and confident. "It's been crying out for someone to take control. Someone who knows how to lead. And that's why I'm here. Pearce and I have come to an agreement. I'm stepping in as co-general manager of Raw." The announcement sent shockwaves through the WWE universe. Reigns wasn't just another wrestler transitioning into a leadership role. He was a once-in-a-generation megastar who had dominated SmackDown with his strategic mind and ruthless authority. What would Raw look like under his influence? A new era of Raw backstage. Tensions were palpable. The Judgment Day, who had practically ruled Raw with their aggressive tactics and mind games, seemed particularly unsettled by the announcement. Rhea Ripley confronted Pearce later in the show. "What is this, Pearce?" she demanded. "You're just going to let Roman Reigns waltz in here and take over? This is our show. We've been holding Raw down for months." Before Pearce could respond, Roman walked into the frame, his presence immediately silencing the room. "Your show?" Reigns said, smirking. "You think you run things here? Let me remind you, Rhea, you're just a piece on the board. I'm the one who moves the pieces." The tension between Reigns and Ripley was electric, setting the stage for a potential power struggle. For the rest of the night, Reigns proved that he wasn't just a figurehead. He made bold decisions, including announcing a new #1 contenders tournament for Seth Rollins' World Heavyweight Championship and barring the Judgment Day from interfering in any matches that evening. A shift in dynamic Reigns' new role also brought unexpected allies and rivals. Cody Rhodes, still riding high from his victory over Reigns, was one of the first to confront him. "So this is what you're doing now, Roman?" Cody said during a backstage segment. "You lose one match, and suddenly you're a manager." Reigns, unbothered, replied, "You don't understand what it means to lead, Cody. You think beating me means you're ready to carry this company? Watch and learn. The interaction hinted at unresolved tension between the two, with fans speculating that their feud was far from over. Pearce and Reigns, uneasy allies. While the idea of Roman Reigns and Adam Pearce working together seemed intriguing, it quickly became clear that their partnership wasn't without its challenges. Reigns, ever the alpha, often made decisions unilaterally, leaving Pearce scrambling to adapt. "Roman, you can't just overturn my rulings," Pearce said during a heated argument backstage. "I just did," Reigns shot back. "You brought me in because you couldn't handle this show on your own. Now let me do my job." The dynamic added an intriguing layer to Raw, as fans wondered how long Pearce would tolerate being overshadowed by his so-called partner. The Bloodline's influence. The most surprising twist came during the main event, when Jey Uso, now a Raw exclusive superstar, was attacked by the Judgment Day after his match. Reigns, who had seemingly distanced himself from the Bloodline's drama, came out to help Jey. The crowd erupted as Reigns and Jey stood side by side, fending off Finn Balor and Damian Priest. But just as the dust settled, Reigns turned to Jey and coldly said, "Don't mistake this for forgiveness. You're still my responsibility." The moment left fans questioning Reigns' true intentions. Was he genuinely trying to help Jey, or was this another manipulation to bring him back under the Bloodline's control? Fan reactions and speculation. The internet exploded with reactions to Roman Reigns' new role. Some fans praised the decision, calling it a refreshing twist for Raw. Others were skeptical, wondering if Reigns could maintain his aura of dominance without being an in-ring competitor. "The tribal chief is now the tribal manager," one fan tweeted. Raw just became must-watch TV. Meanwhile, wrestling analysts debated the long-term implications. Would this lead to Roman's eventual return to the ring? Was this a stepping stone for him to transition into a behind-the-scenes role in WWE? The future of Raw. By the end of the night, one thing was clear: Roman Reigns' presence had already made an impact on Raw. The show felt more structured, the stakes higher, and the drama more intense. As the credits rolled, Reigns stood in the ring alongside Pearce, surveying the chaos he had both created and contained. "This is just the beginning," Reigns said to the camera, a smirk playing on his lips. For WWE fans, the Tribal Chief's reign over Raw promised a new era, one where the lines between authority and dominance blurred, and the unexpected became the norm. Would Roman Reigns truly elevate Raw to new heights, or would his ego and personal vendettas unravel the show from within? Only time would tell. One thing was certain: Monday nights had never felt more unpredictable. Roman Reigns shares potential spoilers surrounding his immediate WWE future. Roman Reigns is arguably the most popular superstar on the WWE roster. Amid recent speculation, the OTC recently shared a potential spoiler regarding his future within the wrestling promotion. The 39-year-old was drafted to Friday Night SmackDown in 2019 and has since been an integral part of the Blue Brand's roster. However, Paul Heyman withdrew the OTC's name from this year's draft. Currently, Reigns, along with his Bloodline faction mates, is involved in an intriguing rivalry with Solo Sikoa-led Bloodline on the Blue Brand. The two groups are scheduled to square off in a War Games match at Survivor Series. After the premium live event, the wrestling promotion is expected to shift its focus to Raw's premiere episode on Netflix, scheduled for January 6, 2025. WWE will leave no stone unturned to maximize the hype for the historic event. It was recently revealed that several SmackDown talents, including Roman Reigns and undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes, will appear on the Red Brand in 2025. A few weeks ago, it was reported that Netflix wants top stars, including Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and CM Punk, to be on Raw. It led wrestling fans to speculate about the star's potential move to the Red Brand. WWE advertising the OTC and the American Nightmare for the January 6th edition of Monday Night Raw has further fueled the speculations. The OG Bloodline leader recently took to Instagram stories to res-hair the wrestling promotion's announcement post, seemingly spoiling the potential move. Wrestling veterans shared honest take on WWE SmackDown segment featuring Roman Reigns. After Nia Jax retained the WWE Women's Championship in the main event, the camera panned at Roman Reigns sitting backstage. The OTC tried to call Paul Heyman, only to find out that the latter's number was out of service. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling Smack Talk, Dutch Mantell praised the wrestling promotion for the creative finish to the show. He added that the segment will have fans thinking about Roman and Heyman. The veteran said he might call the Wiseman later tonight to check if his number is in service. That was a great finish. It really was. It leaves you, I'm glad they had this following the main event because it left on a high note. Now you got something to look forward to. Wait a minute, did he, Paul Heyman, disconnect his number? Where is he? Now people are thinking about that. I was thinking about it myself. I may even call Paul myself tonight to see if he's there, he said. 1 hour 9 minutes and 10 seconds onwards, Solo Sikoa and his men took out Paul Heyman after he refused to acknowledge the 31-year-old as his tribal chief on the June 28, 2024 edition of SmackDown. It remains to be seen how much longer the Wiseman will take before his imminent return. The whispers of anticipation had grown deafening as the WWE Universe eagerly awaited news about Roman Reigns' next steps. After a storied reign as the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, Roman's appearances had become sporadic, elevating each one to an event of monumental importance. However, during a surprise appearance on WWE's The Bump, Roman dropped a cryptic teaser that sent shockwaves through the wrestling world. Setting the stage, the Bloodline saga had dominated WWE programming for years, crafting one of the most compelling storylines in professional wrestling history. From Jey Uso's rebellion to Solo Sikoa's silent loyalty, every twist seemed perfectly orchestrated by Roman himself. But with Roman's absence becoming increasingly pronounced, speculation about his future ran rampant. Would he retire? Transition to Hollywood? Or was something bigger brewing? Fans got their first hint when WWE announced that Roman would make a rare appearance on The Bump. The buzz was immediate, with social media ablaze with theories. Was he coming to announce a match? A new feud? Or perhaps an end to his illustrious career? As the show went live, Roman, clad in a sharp black suit and his signature gold glove, exuded the quiet confidence that had become his trademark. But it was his opening line that truly set the tone. They think the tribal chief is done, but the story is just getting started. Roman's cryptic announcement throughout the interview, Roman skillfully dodged direct questions about his future. When asked about his long absences, he smirked and replied, "Even gods need rest." When pressed on his next title defense, he shifted the conversation to his cousins, Jey and Jimmy, subtly reminding the audience of his lingering influence over them. But the bombshell came when the host asked Roman about Survivor Series, one of WWE's marquee events. Fans were eager to know if the tribal chief would make an appearance, especially with rumors swirling about a potential bloodline-centric match. Roman leaned back, a sly grin on his face, and delivered a tantalizing hint. Survivor Series is about survival, right? Let's just say some people are going to have to survive me. Theories and reactions. This vague yet ominous statement ignited a firestorm of speculation. Was Roman planning to lead a bloodline team in a traditional Survivor Series match? Or was he hinting at a surprise attack on a rival faction? Some fans even theorized that Roman was targeting Seth Rollins or Cody Rhodes, two superstars who had been vocal about their ambitions to take down the tribal chief. Social media lit up with theories. Roman is definitely going after Cody. It's time for the rematch at WrestleMania 40. What if Roman recruits new members for the Bloodline and takes over Raw and SmackDown? Roman versus Seth at Survivor Series. Shield reunion storyline incoming. WWE's official channels fanned the flames, releasing a highlight reel of Roman's most dominant Survivor Series performances, accompanied by the tagline, "The Tribal Chief always plays for keeps." Backstage rumblings behind the scenes, WWE insiders were tight-lipped but hinted at major developments. One source revealed that Roman had been heavily involved in creative discussions over the past month, pitching ideas that could reshape the landscape of WWE. Roman isn't just thinking about his next feud, the source said. He's thinking about legacy. He wants to make sure that when he steps away, it's on his terms and leaves the WWE universe in awe. This revelation fueled rumors that Roman might be planning a dramatic shift in the Bloodline storyline. Some speculated that Solo Sikoa could turn on his tribal chief, setting up a shocking betrayal. Others believed Roman might recruit a new enforcer, perhaps a rising star from NXT, to solidify his dominance. Survivor Series, a tribal war? As Survivor Series drew closer, the WWE Universe became increasingly convinced that the event would feature a blockbuster match involving Roman. The official match card remained a mystery, with WWE keeping details under wraps to heighten anticipation. However, cryptic promotional materials hinted at a tribal war, with images of Roman's iconic lei juxtaposed against shattered titles and ominous storm clouds. Paul Heyman, Roman's special counsel, added fuel to the fire during a backstage segment on SmackDown. When asked about Roman's Survivor Series plans, Heyman simply stated, "The tribal chief operates on a need-to-know basis, and all I can say is, prepare for the unexpected." A shocking turn of events the night of Survivor Series finally arrived, and the atmosphere was electric. Fans packed the arena, chanting Roman's name as they eagerly awaited his appearance. The main event was a traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series match, featuring Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Drew McIntyre on one side. Their opponents? A mysterious team led by Solo Sikoa and Jimmy USO, with 3 unnamed members. As the match began, speculation reached a fever pitch. Would Roman join Solo's team? Or was he planning an entirely different move? The answer came halfway through the match. Just as Cody Rhodes seemed poised to secure a victory, Roman's music hit. The arena erupted as the tribal chief emerged, flanked by 2 towering figures in black hoodies. Roman didn't just interfere, he dominated. Laying waste to Cody, Seth, and Sami, he made it clear that the tribal chief still ruled WWE. The match ended in chaos, with Roman's team standing tall, his new enforcers revealed to be Braun Breaker and Jacob Fatu, 2 powerhouse wrestlers whose allegiance to Roman signaled a new era for the Bloodline. The aftermath in the days following Survivor Series, WWE fans and analysts dissected Roman's actions. His decision to bring in new blood while sidelining Jimmy and Solo hinted at a major shift in the Bloodline hierarchy. Some viewed it as a power move, while others saw it as a sign of Roman's growing paranoia. On SmackDown, Roman addressed the WWE Universe in a fiery promo. The Bloodline isn't just a family, it's a dynasty. And like any dynasty, we evolve. Jimmy, Solo, you had your time. Now, it's time for the next chapter. This declaration left fans wondering about the fates of Jimmy and Solo. Would they seek revenge? Or would they fall in line, as so many had before them? Roman's legacy. As Roman Reigns continues to navigate his immediate WWE future, one thing is clear, his influence remains unmatched. Whether he's defending his title, orchestrating betrayals, or crafting epic storylines, Roman's presence elevates WWE to new heights. His cryptic spoiler about surviving him proved to be more than just a warning, it was a statement of intent. The tribal chief isn't stepping down, he's leveling up. And as the WWE Universe braces for what's next, one question lingers: how long can anyone survive Roman Reigns? Adam Pearce reacts after WWE makes a blockbuster announcement ahead of Raw. It is official. Adam Pearce sent a message a few hours after WWE made a massive announcement. The Raw general manager reacted to the news of the Red Brand's debut episode on Netflix being confirmed for January 6, 2025. Fans have been waiting with bated breath to see what WWE would have in store as it moves Raw to the global streaming platform next year. It's safe to say the company didn't disappoint, as John Cena, Roman Reigns, Bianca Belair, and Cody Rhodes were confirmed to appear on the show that will go down in Los Angeles. If this wasn't enough, it was also revealed that Travis Scott would appear at the event and possibly dazzle the crowd with a live performance. Triple H recently crashed a concert where he crowned the renowned rapper as the Hardcore Champion. Now, Adam Pearce, Raw's general manager, has reacted to the mega announcement with a simple message. Check it out below. Raw on Netflix will usher in a new era for WWE since Netflix is arguably the most popular streaming service in the world. There's no doubt WWE's association with the platform could attract new fans to its product. Plus, if recent rumors are to be believed, stalwarts like Roman Reigns and Becky Lynch could be central figures on Raw as it moves to Netflix. It has also been rumored that the show could get back to its original 3-hour format going into 2025. It's also likely that John Cena, who has been announced for the January 6th show, may become a regular on Raw as he embarks upon his retirement tour. Apart from this brand new partnership also has plenty of crossover potential. The streaming service is home to several uber-popular shows, and there's a chance we could see some big names appear on the Red brand for promotions. Regardless, this new era promises to be even better than the previous one. The energy backstage at WWE Raw was electric, even by its usual high standards. The wrestling world had been buzzing for days about a cryptic teaser WWE released, promising a game-changing announcement. As the hours ticked down to the start of the show, speculation reached a fever pitch. And then it happened. An official WWE statement dropped on social media and across major news outlets, sending shockwaves through the industry. The announcement was a blockbuster. WWE Raw would feature a tournament to crown a brand new World Heavyweight Champion, with competitors from Raw and SmackDown set to collide in what WWE called the Greatest Wrestling Series. The tournament's final match was scheduled to take place at the upcoming Survivor Series, with the winner solidifying themselves as a franchise-defining champion. But what truly set this announcement apart was the stipulation: Adam Pearce, the WWE official overseeing Raw, would be given the authority to select 5 competitors from Raw to represent the brand. The catch? His choices would directly impact the future of the show, as the winning brand would secure the exclusive rights to the title. Backstage reaction: it is official, Pearce declared during a Raw exclusive interview just moments after the announcement went live. Standing in front of a WWE backdrop, wearing his signature blazer and a look of intense focus, Pearce seemed both exhilarated and apprehensive. "This is one of the biggest responsibilities I've ever had in my WWE career," he began. "I don't take it lightly. Choosing who will represent Raw in this tournament isn't just about picking the biggest stars, it's about finding the competitors who embody everything this brand stands for. Raw deserves a champion who can elevate this show to the next level. That's what I'm here to deliver." Pearce's words carried weight, but his demeanor hinted at the immense pressure he was under. With social media already lighting up with suggestions and criticisms, it was clear that every decision he made would be scrutinized. The locker room stir: the Raw locker room was abuzz following the announcement, with superstars scrambling to catch Pearce's attention. Backstage footage showed wrestlers like Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, and Finn Balor engaging Pearce in animated discussions. Rollins, known for his charismatic yet opportunistic nature, was seen with a confident smirk as he pitched his case. "Come on, Adam. You know who the people want to see," Rollins said, gesturing toward himself. "I'm the visionary. I'm the guy who can take Raw to the mountaintop." McIntyre, on the other hand, took a more impassioned approach. "You want someone who fights with heart, who's battled through adversity to get here," he said, locking eyes with Pearce. "That's me. I've carried this company before, and I'll do it again." Meanwhile, Finn Balor, flanked by his Judgment Day stablemates, made his case with a sinister edge. "Raw needs a champion who can dominate, who can outlast anyone. You know I've got the experience and the edge to make that happen," Balor said, his voice low and deliberate. Pearce's dilemma: while the superstar's arguments were compelling, Pearce knew his choices couldn't be based solely on charisma or reputation. In a later sit-down segment with Byron Saxton, Pearce opened up about the complexity of his task. "I'm looking at every factor: momentum, consistency, the ability to represent Raw not just in the ring but outside of it," Pearce explained. "This isn't about playing favorites. It's about making the smartest choices for the long-term future of Raw." But Pearce's decision-making process wasn't without its challenges. Reports surfaced of tensions brewing backstage, with some superstars feeling overlooked. Younger talents like Bronson Reed and J.D. McDonough reportedly expressed frustration at the lack of opportunities to prove themselves. "I get it," Pearce admitted during the interview. "There's a lot of hungry talent here on Raw. But this is a high-stakes situation, and I need to prioritize the superstars who are ready for this moment right now." A meeting with Triple H to complicate matters further, Pearce received a surprise visit from Triple H, WWE's chief content officer, ahead of the show. In a tense, behind-closed-doors meeting, the two were seen discussing the tournament's implications. While details of their conversation remained private, sources suggested that Triple H emphasized the importance of making decisions that aligned with WWE's broader vision. "This isn't just about Raw versus SmackDown," he reportedly told Pearce. "This is about setting the tone for the next era of WWE." The announcement of Raw's representatives as Raw went live, fans eagerly anticipated Pearce's decision. Early in the show, Pearce stepped into the ring, microphone in hand, to reveal the 5 superstars who would represent Raw in the tournament. The crowd erupted as Pearce began listing the names: Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, Damian Priest, Gunther. Each name drew a thunderous reaction, with fans already envisioning the potential dream matches. The inclusion of Cody Rhodes, fresh off his recent battles with the Judgment Day, and Gunther, the Intercontinental Champion with a record-breaking reign, showcased Pearce's strategy of balancing star power with proven in-ring dominance. As the crowd roared, Pearce raised his hand to quiet them. "Raw's future is in the hands of these 5 superstars," he said, his voice steady. "But make no mistake, this tournament isn't just about crowning a champion. It's about showing the world that Raw is, and always will be, the premier brand in WWE." The fallout while Pearce's announcement was met with widespread approval, it didn't come without controversy. Backstage cameras captured the reactions of superstars who didn't make the cut, including Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, who voiced their displeasure in a fiery confrontation with Pearce. "You're leaving us out? After everything we've done for this brand?" Owens said, his frustration palpable. Zayn, usually the more diplomatic of the two, added, "We've fought for Raw when no one else would. This feels like a slap in the face." Pearce, clearly uncomfortable, tried to defuse the situation. "This wasn't an easy decision, guys. But you're both still vital to Raw's success. This is just one tournament." Despite Pearce's assurances, the tension backstage was undeniable. Setting the stage as Raw progressed, the 5 chosen superstars wasted no time making their presence felt. In a main event that served as a preview of the tournament's intensity, Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre teamed up to face Damian Priest and Gunther in a tag match. The bout ended in chaos, with all 4 men, and Cody Rhodes, who ran in to even the odds, brawling as the show went off the air. Meanwhile, the announcement of SmackDown's representatives loomed, adding another layer of intrigue. Would SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis follow Pearce's lead, or would he take a more unpredictable approach? Conclusion: for Adam Pearce, the blockbuster announcement marked a turning point, not just for Raw but for his own role in WWE. As the tournament unfolded, Pearce's decisions would be tested like never before, with the fate of Raw's championship future hanging in the balance. "It's official," Pearce repeated during a final backstage segment, his voice resolute. "This is Raw's moment, and we're not going to let it slip away." With the stakes higher than ever, the wrestling world was left wondering, would Pearce's chosen 5 rise to the occasion, or would Raw's future be jeopardized by the competition? Only time would tell. Triple H officially brings back title last held 8,120 days ago, crowns 33-year-old megastar as new WWE champion. WWE's chief content officer Triple H recently brought back a major championship to crown a 33-year-old megastar. The game brought back the Hardcore Championship after 81 days and awarded it to legendary rapper Travis Scott. Wrestling legend Tommy Dreamer was the last person to hold the Hardcore title in the Stamford-based promotion. On the August 26, 2002, edition of WWE Raw, Dreamer locked horns with Rob Van Dam in a title unification match, in which RVD emerged victorious, unifying the Hardcore Championship with the Intercontinental Championship. Triple H recently took to X, Twitter, to post about Monday Night Raw's Netflix debut on January 6, 2025, at the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles, California. The game announced that legendary rapper Travis Scott would be the special guest. The King of Kings also uploaded a video in which he crowned Scott as the new Hardcore champion, calling the latter the new King of Hardcore. There's a special gift for the King. To the top guy, to the new King of Hardcore. The one and only Cactus Jack. The new Hardcore champion. First test for that is January 6th, Los Angeles, California, live to the world on Netflix at the Intuit Dome, Triple H said. Vince Russo believes Triple H will not be WWE's CCO in 2025 during an edition of Sportskeeda Wrestling's The Wrestling Outlaws. Vince Russo said that he believed Triple H would no longer be the chief content officer of WWE in 2025. Russo also mentioned that The Rock, who was on TKO's board of directors, would replace the cerebral assassin with his own people. I think he's gonna be gone in 2025. I really do. Bro, they got The Rock. They got The Rock. He doesn't have to commit that much, Chris. All he's gotta do is bring in his own people. You know Downtown Bruno taking Triple H's spot, he said. Several big-name stars, including John Cena, Roman Reigns, and Cody Rhodes, have been advertised for WWE Raw's Netflix debut. It will be interesting to see what the Stamford-based promotion has planned for the Red brand's massive move to the streaming platform. In a monumental moment on WWE Raw, Triple H stunned the wrestling world by reintroducing a title last seen 8,120 days ago, the prestigious WWE European Championship. The announcement was met with deafening cheers as fans and superstars alike celebrated the resurrection of a title that had been retired in 2002 during the company's ruthless aggression era. Adding to the shockwaves, the legendary chief content officer revealed that the belt would not just return as a relic but would be the centerpiece of a new era, officially crowning a 33-year-old megastar as its champion. A title of heritage and legacy as Triple H stood in the center of the ring, flanked by WWE executives and officials. The mood was electric. The crowd in Birmingham, England, roared with anticipation as the game addressed them. For decades, WWE has been about innovation, evolution, and tradition. Triple H began, his voice commanding yet reflective. Some titles fade into history, but the stories they tell never die. Tonight, we make history by bringing back one of the most beloved championships in WWE history, the European Championship. The crowd erupted in chants of Holy S***T as a display of pyrotechnics lit up the arena. The European Championship isn't just a belt, he continued. It represents global talent, international pride, and the kind of competition that made this company what it is today. And after 8,120 long days, it's time to give this title the prestige it deserves. But tonight, we're not just bringing it back, we're crowning a champion who embodies what this title is all about. A shocking coronation. The WWE Universe buzzed with speculation over who Triple H had chosen to represent this legacy. Fans immediately began throwing out names like Drew McIntyre, Gunther, and Sheamus, wrestlers who not only hailed from Europe but had a history of dominant performances. But Triple H had other plans. As the familiar beats of Burn It Down blasted through the speakers, Seth freaking Rollins emerged to thunderous applause. Draped in one of his signature flamboyant coats, the visionary made his way to the ring, his signature smirk suggesting he already knew the weight of this moment. Rollins grabbed the microphone, his voice oozing charisma. Triple H, I've been called a lot of things, revolutionary, visionary, architect. But tonight, you're looking at the man who's about to redefine history. Triple H smiled. That's exactly why you're here, Seth. There's no one better to carry the torch and elevate this championship to heights it's never seen before. Tonight, you don't just hold history, you make it. With that, Triple H unveiled the newly redesigned European Championship. It shimmered under the arena lights, modernized with sleek gold plating but retaining its classic European map design at the center. The crowd erupted once again as Triple H handed the title to Rollins, officially crowning him the new WWE European Champion. Why Seth Rollins? Rollins' coronation was a carefully calculated move by Triple H. As a 33-year-old megastar, Rollins represents the ideal blend of past and future. With a resume that includes multiple world championships, iconic matches, and the ability to reinvent himself, Rollins is arguably one of the most versatile performers in WWE history. Moreover, Triple H acknowledged Rollins' deep connection to the global fanbase. When we decided to bring this title back, it wasn't just about nostalgia, Triple H explained in a backstage interview. It was about finding someone who could truly represent the international appeal of WWE. Seth has competed all over the world, he's loved by fans in every corner, and he's someone who can elevate this title to main event status. The Visionary's first statement as Rollins celebrated in the ring, his signature laugh echoed throughout the arena. But his joy was short-lived. The moment he raised the championship high above his head, the arena lights dimmed, signaling an interruption. DUNDUNDUUUUUUN. The haunting theme of Gunther, the current Intercontinental Champion, blared through the speakers. The Austrian powerhouse, accompanied by Imperium, marched to the ring with his signature scowl. Gunther grabbed a microphone, locking eyes with Rollins. Seth Rollins, you disgraced this moment by pretending to be worthy of a title with European in its name. This championship demands dominance, respect, and prestige, qualities you lack. Rollins, never one to back down, fired back. Gunther, I know you're used to being the big bad wolf in this castle, but newsflash, I'm the guy who burns castles down. The tension escalated as Gunther stepped closer, his towering presence casting a shadow over Rollins. It was clear that the European Championship would not just represent legacy, it was about to become the battleground for some of WWE's fiercest rivalries. A new era begins as the show closed. WWE made it clear that the European Championship was not just a nostalgic callback, but the start of something groundbreaking. Triple H announced a tournament featuring some of the best international superstars to determine the next #1 contender. Names like Sheamus, Finn Balor, Pete Dunne, and even NXT's Ilya Dragunov were confirmed participants. Meanwhile, Rollins made it clear he was ready for anyone. In a backstage promo, he declared, "This championship isn't just a trophy, it's a symbol. And I'm going to prove to the world why I'm the perfect champion to carry it into the future." Fan reaction: the WWE Universe erupted on social media following the announcement. Many fans praised the decision to bring back the European Championship, calling it a tribute to an era that shaped modern wrestling. Others were excited about the potential dream matches the title would spark. Triple H just made the European Championship mean something again, one fan tweeted. And putting it on Rollins? Genius move. Others, however, were quick to suggest alternative champions. Why wasn't this given to Gunther or Drew? They're actual Europeans, one fan argued. Despite the debates, one thing was clear: the return of the European Championship had reignited excitement among fans, superstars, and critics alike. The future of the European Championship: the reintroduction of the European Championship marks another step in Triple H's vision to blend WWE's storied past with its bright future. By placing the title on Seth Rollins, WWE has set the stage for a new era where legacy meets innovation. As Rollins prepares for his first title defense, the question looms: will he be the visionary to elevate the European Championship, or will he become its first casualty in this new chapter? Either way, the WWE Universe is ready to watch history unfold. Adam Pearce to wrongfully suspend 42-year-old WWE star for his actions on Raw this week? Potential swerve explored. Despite Adam Pearce serving as Raw's general manager, chaos continues to erupt backstage on Monday Night Raw. During this week's episode, tensions boiled over when Damian Priest and Gunther got into a heated altercation. The incident began when the ring general decided to strike the Archer of Infamy. Priest retaliated with a fierce kick, leaving the World Heavyweight Champion sprawled on the floor backstage. Shortly after, Adam Pearce arrived on the scene, questioning Priest about the chaos. In response, the former Judgment Day member mocked Gunther, telling Pearce he was simply talking to the world champion, but now Gunther might need some ice. Given the circumstances, Adam Pearce could consider suspending the 42-year-old star for attacking Gunther and potentially jeopardizing his status for Survivor Series, War Games 2024. The Raw GM might justify his decision by emphasizing the crucial role of the world champion at Survivor Series. By attacking Gunther, Priest not only risked injuring him but also jeopardized his availability for the premium live event. If suspended, Priest would face serious consequences, opening the door for a major twist in CM Punk's comeback. The best in the world could make his long-awaited return and replace Priest in the War Games match against the Ring General. Fans have been speculating about a feud between Punk and the Ring General for months, and recent reports suggest that Punk is scheduled to appear at Survivor Series. This development could lead to an epic confrontation, further fueling fan excitement. With several weeks remaining until Survivor Series, War Games 2024, it will be interesting to see how the storyline unfolds. The regime of Adam Pearce has already dropped a major hint of Gunther versus CM Punk. Adam Pearce has been exercising his authority on Raw, booking matches, and making impactful decisions. However, under his leadership on Raw, WWE recently dropped a significant hint about a potential future clash between Gunther and CM Punk. This hint emerged during a backstage segment where Gunther confronted Ludwig Kaiser. The Imperium leader demanded Kaiser look him in the eyes and tell him what he saw. Fans quickly picked up on this, as the phrase closely aligns with CM Punk's iconic catchphrase, "Look in my eyes, what do you see?" from his entrance theme. The subtle nod could be WWE's way of planting seeds for an eventual showdown between Punk and the reigning World Heavyweight Champion. With Survivor Series, War Games 2024 on the horizon and Punk's return widely speculated, it will be intriguing to see how WWE incorporates him into the event. The fallout from WWE Raw this week sent shockwaves through the WWE universe when Adam Pearce, the on-screen authority figure, announced a shocking suspension. The target? A 42-year-old veteran, widely regarded as one of the most respected names in the business. But the decision was met with heavy skepticism and speculation of a potential storyline swerve. Let's dive into what happened, the reactions, and what it could all mean. The incident on Raw. During this week's Raw, tensions were high as the Red brand continued its build-up to Survivor Series. In the main event, the veteran star, let's call him X for now, faced off against a younger up-and-coming talent. The match was brutal and showcased why X has been a cornerstone of WWE for years. However, the end of the match turned chaotic when X snapped after the bell. X, known for his cool demeanor and sportsmanship, shocked everyone when he continued to assault his opponent post-match, ignoring the referee's warnings. Chairs were involved, and the carnage left the younger star requiring medical attention. The crowd was split, some cheering for the ruthless aggression reminiscent of X's glory days, while others were horrified at his lack of restraint. Adam Pearce stormed to the ring after the segment, visibly furious. On commentary, Corey Graves speculated that Pearce would have to take disciplinary action immediately. Pearce's decision in an unscheduled appearance later in the night, Adam Pearce addressed the WWE Universe. Standing in the ring, microphone in hand, he laid out the severity of X's actions. WWE is a place where passion thrives, but there are lines you simply do not cross, Pearce began. Tonight, X crossed that line, and as much as I respect him and his contributions to this business, I have no choice but to suspend him indefinitely. The crowd erupted, a mix of boos and stunned silence. Pearce's expression was stern, but there was an undertone of regret in his voice. For a moment, it seemed as though he was conflicted about the decision. But the announcement didn't sit well with many fans. Was the suspension truly about enforcing discipline, or was it part of a bigger, more sinister storyline? Backstage reactions reports suggest that X was livid backstage after the announcement. While some sources claim it was all part of the show, others hint that the veteran might not have been fully briefed on Pearce's statement. This has led to rumors of potential real-life tension between the two. Meanwhile, younger talents were reportedly apprehensive, unsure if this was a one-off punishment or the beginning of stricter enforcement of WWE's rules. X's history of professionalism makes his actions even more puzzling, fueling speculation that there's more to the story. Fan speculation, a potential swerve? WWE fans are no strangers to dramatic twists, and many believe that X's suspension is part of a larger swerve. Social media has been buzzing with theories, some of which include, 1. A heel turn for X. Some fans think X's actions on Raw and the subsequent suspension are laying the groundwork for a full-blown heel turn. Known for his babyface persona, a turn to the dark side could revitalize his career and set him up for a major program heading into WrestleMania season. 2. Pearce's authority in question. Others suggest that the suspension is less about X and more about Adam Pearce's growing role as an authoritarian figure. Over the past few months, Pearce has made several controversial decisions, leading some to believe he may be turning heel himself. Suspending a beloved veteran could be the spark that ignites a rebellion among the roster. 3. Setting up a Survivor Series match. With Survivor Series approaching, there's speculation that X's suspension might be temporary and part of a storyline to create intrigue. Imagine X returning as part of a rebellious team to take on a group led by Pearce. The seeds for such a feud could already be planted. 4. X's retirement angle. On a more somber note, some fans worry that this suspension could be the start of a storyline leading to X's retirement. At 42, X has already achieved so much in his career, and WWE might be using this angle to write him off in a memorable way. The fallout on social media. As expected, the WWE Universe took to social media to express their thoughts. Here are some of the standout reactions. No way Adam Pearce actually suspended X. This has to be a work. Survivor Series match incoming. If this is how X's career ends, I'm going to riot. He deserves better than being suspended for doing what we all wanted to see. Hashtag FreeX. Adam Pearce did the right thing. Rules are rules. X should know better. He's a veteran, not a rookie. Hearing rumblings backstage that X isn't happy about this suspension. Is there real heat between him and Pearce? The mixed reactions highlight how polarizing this storyline has become. Whether fans are siding with Pearce or X, one thing is certain: everyone is talking about it. What's next for X? Assuming the suspension is part of a storyline, the big question is how X will respond. Will he issue a public apology and work to regain his spot on the roster? Or will he double down on his actions, embracing a more ruthless persona? If WWE decides to lean into the controversy, they could use X's suspension to build a redemption arc. Perhaps he seeks revenge against Pearce, questioning his authority and rallying other disgruntled superstars. This could lead to a compelling faction war or even a showdown at the Royal Rumble. Pearce's role moving forward. Adam Pearce's decision to suspend X has also put him in the spotlight. While he's played the role of a neutral authority figure for years, this incident might signal a shift in his character. If Pearce begins targeting other superstars or making questionable decisions, it could be the start of a heel turn for him as well. Alternatively, WWE might use this storyline to introduce a new general manager or authority figure to challenge Pearce's rulings. Could someone like Triple H or Stephanie McMahon step in to overrule him? The possibilities are endless. Conclusion: the suspension of a 42-year-old WWE star by Adam Pearce has left fans divided and intrigued. Whether this decision is a genuine disciplinary action or part of a larger storyline, it has succeeded in creating buzz and speculation. As the road to Survivor Series heats up, all eyes will be on X and Pearce to see how this drama unfolds. Will X make a triumphant return, or is this the beginning of the end for the veteran? And will Pearce's authority remain unchallenged, or is he about to face the backlash of a lifetime? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, the WWE Universe will be watching closely.